हेलो दोस्तों, बिगनर्स पॉइंट में आपका स्वागत है और अभी हम कर रहे हैं करंट अफेयर्स। CDRA 2025 PM Modi urges global support for small island states, stress early warning systems. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today expressed happiness over the African Union joining the Conference on Disaster Resilient Infrastructure 2025 CDRI. Addressing the International Conference on Disaster Resilient Infrastructure 2025 through a video message, the Prime Minister stressed the need to design actionable programs and ensure that developing nations have access to finance. EAM Dr. S. Jaishankar terms FTA between India-UK a milestone discusses strategic cooperation with UK Foreign Secretary. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar today termed the recently concluded free trade agreement between India, United Kingdom and the Double Contribution Convention a milestone. During his meeting with UK Foreign Secretary David Lammy in New Delhi, Dr. Jaishankar said the agreement will not only propel two-way trade and investment but will also have a positive effect on other strategic aspects of the bilateral ties between the two nations. He added that it would also contribute to the strengthening of supply and value chains. JP Nadda launched FASAI Drive FASSI drive to curb obesity on World Food Safety Day. Union Minister for Health JP Nadda launched the awareness initiative of FSASAI to stop obesity by eating safe and healthy food. Obesity means motaba. It coincided with the World Food Safety Day celebration in Bangalore today. The Union Minister emphasized that a healthy society alone can ensure a strong nation. He reiterated that for India to become Viksit, our people should remain healthy. For this to happen, they should consume a balanced diet. Safe food nurtures the power of thinking and that in turn improves productivity. The minister remained the gathering about the call given by the Prime Minister to reduce oil consumption by 10%. He advised that the food we consume must be measured in calories. Only this awareness will keep us fit. He expressed concern over the increased use of ultra processed food. PM Modi meets UK Foreign Secretary Lammy, lauds progress in strategic ties. Prime Minister Narendra Modi met UK Foreign Secretary David Lammy in New Delhi today. In a social media post, Mr. Modi appreciated his contribution to the progress in India-UK Comprehensive Strategic Partnership, which has been further strengthened by the recently concluded free trade agreement. He said he valued the UK's support for India's fight against cross-border terrorism. Indian parliamentary delegation in Berlin highlights zero tolerance against terrorism and nuclear blackmail. The all-party parliamentary delegation led by BJP MP Ravi Shankar Prasad met with senior representatives from the German government, parliament and think tanks in Berlin to convey India's principled position of zero tolerance against terrorism and its strategy to tackle cross-border terrorism. The delegation also briefed the German counterparts and interlocutors about Operation Sindoor, which was Indian firms' precise, targeted and non-escalatory response to the terror attack. The delegation interacted with some senior members of German parliament active in the fields of foreign policy and international affairs and a leading think tank in Germany, the Konrad Adenauer Stiftung. Concluding the day's engagements, the delegations also had an interaction with representatives from leading German think tanks and eminent personalities at a reception hosted by the Ambassador of India to Germany, Ajit Gupte. Any attack on India will face a strong response to distinction between terrorists and perpetrators, PM Modi says. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today said that any attack on India will be met with a strong response and no distinction will be made between terrorists and their perpetrators. Mr. Modi said this while sharing an article penned by Defense Minister Rajnath Singh for News Daily, reaffirming India's zero tolerance for cross border terrorism. In his article, the Defense Minister laid out India's position of zero tolerance of Pak sponsored terrorism and assured retaliation against it. Mr. Singh highlighted that talks and terrorism cannot go hand in hand. Any future dialogue with Pakistan will focus slowly on terrorism and Pakistan occupied Kashmir. Mr. Singh mentioned that if Pakistan is serious, it must hand over UN designated terrorists like Hafiz Saeed and Masood Azhar. He further added that terrorism is not just an Indian problem. It's a global problem. To effectively dismantle terrorist networks, the world needs to move beyond piecemeal efforts. Union Minister Jitendra Singh leads Indian delegation to UN Ocean Conference in France. Earth Sciences Minister Dr. Jitendra Singh today left for France leading a high-level Indian delegation at the International Meet on Ocean. The United Nations Ocean Conference is being held from tomorrow to the 13th of this month at the coastal city of Nice. The high-level international gathering will bring together leaders, scientists, policymakers, and civil society actors from across the globe to discuss sustainable ocean governance and concrete actions for the health of world's oceans. The minister's visit to France marks a significant step by government as it would reiterate Prime Minister Narendra Modi's commitment to India's global engagement on ocean sustainability and marine cooperation. Nearly 27 crore people lifted out of extreme poverty in India over 11 years, says World Bank report. India has made remarkable progress in reducing extreme poverty with 269 million people moving out of it between 2011-12 and 22-23. According to the latest World Bank data, extreme poverty rate dropped significantly from 27.1% in 2011-12 to just 5.3% in 2022-23. In 2011-12, around 344.47 million people in India were living in extreme poverty. By 2022-23, that number fell sharply to 75.24 million. Much of this progress came from states like Uttar Pradesh, Maharashtra, Bihar, West Bengal, and Madhya Pradesh, which together accounted for 65% of India's extreme poor in 2011-2012. These states contributed to two-thirds of the total poverty reduction over the past decade. ED summons Bollywood actor Dano Moria, his brother Santino Moria in Mithi River distilling scam probe. The Enforcement Directorate has summoned Bollywood actor Dano Moria and his brother Santino Moria for questioning in connection with an alleged multi core scam involving the distilling and cleaning of Mumbai's Mithi River. Mr. Moria has been directed to appear before ED officials next week to record his statement. The summons came a day after the agency conducted a nearly 14-hour long search at Moria's Bandra residence yesterday. Mr. Moria was extensively questioned during the search. In addition, ED officials also carried out stimul- stimulus operations at 14 other locations across Mumbai and Kochi. BRICS nations condemn Pahalgam attack, back zero tolerance policy on terrorism. Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla today said India has always supported the rule of law, global cooperation, and the need for dialogue on the world stage, sharing a video message after leading the Indian delegation to the 11th BRICS Parliamentary Forum in Brasilia, Brazil. Mr. Birla informed that there was meaningful dialogue, exchange of views, and a shared commitment to strengthen parliamentary cooperation among BRICS nations, promote the use of AI technology, and work collectively on economic matters. He further stated that the BRICS countries condemned the terrorist attack in Pahalgam and emphasized the need to adopt a zero tolerance policy against terrorism through joint efforts. Mr. Birla underlined that India will host the next BRICS summit and will engage in discussion on economic, social trade, AI, and other important issues. He also highlighted that India will ensure a successful, productive hosting of the event. India has taken proactive, forward-thinking approach to extreme heat risk management, Principal Secretary to PM Dr. P.K. Mishra. Principal Secretary to the Prime Minister Dr. P.K. Mishra has said that India has taken proactive and forward-thinking approach to extreme heat risk management, addressing the special session on extreme heat risk governance at Geneva. He underlined that rising temperatures posing a systematic risk to public health, economic stability, and ecological resilience. Dr. Mishra said that India welcomes the United Nations Office for Disaster Risk Reduction initiative to advance the common framework to extreme heat governance, risk governance as a platform for shared learning, guidance, and collaboration. He also pointed out that India has moved beyond disaster response towards integrated preparedness and mitigation strategies. Union Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan visits Shihori, Madhya Pradesh to interact with farmers at Kisan Chaupal in Bokedi. Union Agriculture and Farmers Welfare Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan is on a day-long visit to Shihori district in Madhya Pradesh today. Mr. Chauhan will participate in several programs in Shihori and Ichhawar this afternoon. He will also perform Bhumi Pujan for development works worth more than 51 crore rupees along with Chief Minister Dr. Mohan Yadav. Apart from addressing the Viksit Krishi Sankalp Abhiyan at Ichhawar, Mr. Chauhan will interact with farmers at the Kisan Chaupal in Bokedi in the evening. WHO chief meets P.K. Mishra in Geneva discusses India WHO collaboration on health and traditional medicines. Director General of the World Health Organization Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus held talks with P.K. Mishra, Principal Secretary to Prime Minister Narendra Modi on sidelines of 8th Global Platform for Disaster Risk Prediction in Geneva. They discussed about India's collaboration with World Health Organization WHO on global public health matters and their partnership on the WHO Global Traditional Medicine Center, outposted in Jamnagar. Mr. Ghebreyesus thanked Mishra for India's leadership on the pandemic accord adaptation and support of increased assessed contributions to WHO's work to advance health for all. The WHO chief also commended India for its investment in healthcare infrastructure, the Ayushman Bharat scheme to expand universal health coverage and in digital health. French aerospace major Dassault Aviation ties up with Tata to manufacture fuselages of Rafale fighters in Hyderabad. French aerospace major Dassault Aviation and India's Tata Advanced System Limited have signed for four arrangements four agreements to jointly manufacture the fuselage of Rafale fighter aircraft in India. That will mark production of critical component of for the first time outside France. It is a significant step forward in strengthening the country's aerospace manufacturing capabilities and supporting global supply chains. A joint press release issued by the company said the facility represents a significant investment in India's aerospace infrastructure and will serve as a critical hub for high precision manufacturing. Under the partnership, Tata Advanced Systems will set up a cutting-edge production facility in Hyderabad for the manufacture of key structural sections of the Rafale aircraft. As per the deal, the first fuselage sections are expected to roll off the assembly line in 2028. The facility is expected to deliver up to complete fuselages per month. 10 BRICS nations condemn Pahalgam attack and agree on zero tolerance against terrorism. Parliaments of 10 BRICS nations have strongly condemned Pahalgam terrorist attack and agreed to cooperate on a policy of zero tolerance against terrorism. Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla led the Indian delegation to the 11th BRICS Parliamentary Forum in Brasilia, Brazil on 4th and 5th of this month. A broad consensus was reached on key global issues such as the responsible use of artificial intelligence, global trade and economy, interparliamentary cooperation, global peace and security. After multiple rounds of intensive discussions and deliberations, Lok Sabha Secretariat said in a statement that India's stance on various issues was widely appreciated and unanimously incorporated into the final joint declaration. India's firm policy on countering terrorism was strongly acknowledged. India unequivocally condemned all terrorist attacks has and empathetically advocated for the adoption of a zero tolerance policy towards terrorism. The 10 BRICS countries represented in this year's forum were India, Brazil, Russia, China, South Africa, Iran, UAE, Egypt, Ethiopia, and Indonesia. Delegations from the parliaments of these countries actively participated in the conference and played a key role in shaping the joint declaration. Strong India Central Asia Partnership address regional and global challenge forcefully, says PM Modi. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has emphasized that relations with the Central Asian countries have always been a key priority for India. Foreign ministers of Kazakhstan, Kyrgyz Republic, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, and Uzbekistan had a joint call on the Prime Minister in New Delhi today. The Prime Minister briefed the Prime Minister on the positive and productive discussions held during the fourth meeting of the India Central Asia Dialogue earlier during the day. Prime Minister Modi shared his vision for greater economic interconnections, expanded connectivity, enhanced defense and security cooperation, and comprehensive collaboration in a new and emerging areas. He highlighted that a strong India Central Asia partnership serve as a force multiplier in addressing shared regional and global challenges. The Central Asian foreign ministers strongly condemned the Pahalgam terror attack and conveyed their support for India's fight against cross-border terrorism. क्या हुआ? नहीं. India and Central Asia countries call for enhanced interbank relations and trade in national currencies. India and Central Asian countries today underline the importance of greater financial connectivity, including through digital payment systems. In the joint statement of Fourth India-Central Asia Dialogue, the nations called for enhanced interbank relations and trade in national currencies to encourage greater trade, investment, tourism, and people-to-people exchange, recognizing the important role of financial and banking linkage. The sides also expressed interest in establishing a joint working group to explore ways to further deepen banking and financial connectivity between India and Central Asian partners. The meeting of India Central Asia Dialogue was held in New Delhi this afternoon under the chairship of External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar, Ministers of Foreign Affairs of Kazakhstan, Kyrgyz Republic, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, and Uzbekistan took part in the meeting. The ministers unequivocally condemned the terrorist attack in Pahalgam. They affirmed their firm commitment to fight against terrorism in all its forms and manifestations. They stressed that perpetrators, organizers, financiers, sponsors of terrorist act must be held accountable and brought to justice. They called for early adoption of the UN Comprehensive Convention on International Terrorism. They stressed the need to strengthen UN led global counter-terrorism cooperation and fully implement the relevant UNSC resolutions, global counter-terrorism strategy, and FATF standards. Indian pilot selected for a space journey on Axiom 4. The Indian Air Force Test Pilot Group Captain Subhanshu Shukla, selected for the Gaganyaan mission of ISRO, will be among the other multinational astronauts to be launched to the International Space Center under Axiom 4 mission on June 10 by US Space Agency NASA. Subhanshu Shukla, who underwent rigorous training at the Yuri Gagarin Cosmonaut Training Center in Russia and later at ISRO's astronaut training facility in Bengaluru, will conduct exclusive food and nutrition experiments. The Department of Biotechnology in India has designed and developed a kit to examine the impact of microgravity and space radiation on edible microalgae. Bharatiya Bhasha Anubhag provides a strong platform incorporating linguistic diversity, says Home Minister Amit Shah. Home Minister Amit Shah today launched Bharatiya Bhasha Anubhag in New Delhi. Mr. Shah said it will prove to be a milestone in the direction of freeing the administration from the influence of foreign languages. He said that potential can be fully exploited only when process of thinking, analysis and decision making are in mother tongue. He added that India will reach its eternal glorious position only by strengthening all the local languages. The Home Minister said that Bharatiya Bhasha Anubhag will provide a strong and organized platform of to all languages, incorporating the linguistic diversity of India. He also opined that technology should be used without reducing the spirit, richness, and sens- sensitivities of all languages. Home Secretary and the Secretary official language were present on the occasion. Delhi court extends judicial custody of the Tahir till 9th of next month. A Delhi court today extended the judicial custody of two 26/11 Mumbai attack accused Tahir Hussain Rana till 9th of next month. Special Judge Chandrajit Singh has passed the order when Rana was produced before the court via video conference following the expiry of his previously granted judicial custody. The Patiala House Court has asked Tihar Jail authorities to file a status report by Monday after Rana's counsel raised his deteriorating health conditions. Earlier, the NIA had collected voice and handwriting samples of Rana, a Pakistani Canadian national, in court as precursor to match them with recordings of his telephonic discussions with 2611 co-accused David Coleman Hadley. PM Modi flags off Katra Srinagar Vande Bharat Express train. The Prime Minister also flagged off the Sri Mata Vaishno Devi Katra Srinagar Vande Bharat Express after visiting Sri Mata Vaishno Devi Katra station as a part of his visit to Jammu and Kashmir. The Prime Minister will also lay the foundation stone, inaugurate and dedicate to the nation multiple development projects worth over 46,000 crore rupees at Katra. Senior Congress leader Tanla Balakrishna Pillai passed away at 95. Vice President Dhankar begins two-day Himachal Pradesh visit. Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar arrived in Shimla today on two-day visit to Himachal Pradesh. He landed at Anandale helipad in Shimla by helicopter where he was received by Governor Shiv Pratap Shukla, Chief Minister Sukhvinder Singh Sukhu, Deputy Chief Minister Mukesh Agnihotri, Public Works Minister Vikramaditya Singh, along with the Director General of Police and senior army officials. The Vice President's convoy proceeded to Raj Bhavan via Mall Road, Shimla, where a launch had been organized in his honor. Yuva Shakti's energy innovation fuel India's growth in 11 years, PM Modi. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today highlighted the global achievements of India's youth, stating that the country's youth have made a mark globally. As the NDA government at the center completes 11 years in office, Mr. Modi described the youth as symbol of dynamism, innovation, and determination, saying that the nation's growth in the last 11 years has been fueled by the unmatched energy and conviction of Yuva Shakti. In a social media post, Mr. Modi wrote, "Country has witnessed remarkable instances of youngsters who have done the unthinkable across various sectors, including startups, science, sports, community service, कल्चर एंड मोर इन द लास्ट 11 ईयर्स।" और इसी के साथ करंट अफेयर्स हो जाती है समाप्त।